Hi Gemini, this is your Lunar Phases Creation Guidance Tarot. If you want to use the phases of the moon as a cycle for creating something new in your life, I'm going to lay down 8 cards, one for each of the phases of the moon. I'm using the new Palladini Tarot by David Palladini. I chose it because it has so many moons in it. I think maybe 31 of the cards have moons in them. This is for the new moon, the crescent moon, the first quarter moon, the gibbous moon, the full moon, the disseminating moon, the third quarter moon, and the balsamic moon. And the reason that I call this a do-be-do reading is because the phases alternate between doing or taking action and being or just being receptive. Between yin and yang, you could think of it that way also. So the new moon on February 15th, you can take the action of the new moon for a good 5 or 6 days. And the action of the new moon is to set intentions. Set the intention, we write them down, visualize them, speak them out loud, feel them in our body. And the new moon energy for you is the 9 of Rods. So as a new moon energy, this is really a message to sort of put up your shields. Sometimes when we're starting something new, we can have sort of naysayers. We have to be careful who we discuss our new ideas with when it's just a baby, right? Someone can take the wind out of our sails really easily. So I think that this is advice here is to guard against that when setting your intentions and speaking them when they're just young seedlings in the new moon phase. The crescent moon is an energy of being. At the crescent moon, we just need to relax into our intention, absorb the energy of the intention, and just really just be relaxed about it. The answers will come during this period of time about what action to take in the first quarter moon. So your energy for the B phase of the crescent moon is the King of Cups. So the advice during the crescent moon phase, during relaxing, is to just be in the most mature emotion of love. Let that rule the day. Let that lead your way, lead your thinking. Self-love, a mindset of love. Just, it's the opposite of fear. So it's very guiding for moving into taking the action of new intentions that have been set. All right, Gemini, so the first quarter moon here, which is occurring around the 23rd of February, on the 23rd of February, is an action card. It's a do card, and what we do for the first quarter moon is we actually take action aligned with our intention, action to support our intention. We choose this action really carefully, we plan it out, and what action to take, if we've relaxed enough, will sort of come to us. And the energy that supports your first quarter moon taking action for your intentions is the Ace of Swords. So basically, this is just live in the truth. When taking action, just live in the truth. Let the truth lead the way. Be true to yourself, be true to your plans, be true to your project, be honest with others. Just be as purely in the truth as you can. And everything will more than likely fall into place as a result of that. Keeps things as simple and clean and pure as possible. while taking action toward your intentions. In the gibbous moon phase here, which is around the 27th, 28th, right at the end of the month of February, this is another B card, and the word that sort of explains what we be in this energy is trust. So we have to trust that the action we've taken has been, perfect, and that, we have to trust in divine timing. We have to trust in the universe, and be in that surrendered, trusting, place in this, in this gibbous moon energy. So the card that supports you there is the Eight of Cups. So the advice for the trust, phase of the gibbous moon being the Eight of Cups, that would indicate that you should just leave everything behind that doesn't sit, with the deeper meaning you're trying to work with in your life. Clear away everything and just be purely, it's probably easier to trust in the process and trust in the divine and trust in your plans and yourself if you leave behind things that really aren't resonating with you. Whether they be, practices, habits, places, people. The advice here is to get free of those. And it's another moon. There's a moon in the Ace of Swords too. I don't know if you saw that little moon right there. And there's also a moon in the Knight of Rods up in the corner there. Now, the energy of the full moon on March 2nd, this is an active energy. And the action that we take for the full moon, there's a primary action, and that is to assess the situation. So we look at what has resulted from the action we've taken, and we determine whether or not it seems to be flowing to fruition toward our intention. Like, have we been, while working toward it, have we had moments of being in the zone? Does it feel like it's flowing along? Like, if we've had obstacles, have we worked through them steadily? Do we see progress, even if it's slow? And in the event that we do, the secondary action would be to move forward powerfully, to continue moving forward with that intention. But if, when assessing, we determine that there's some kind of wall, some kind of indication that for part of what we're trying to achieve, or even for all of it, it's the timing is definitely not divine. Like, if we're really clear on that, then the action here is to release it during the full moon. And the card that supports that here is the Emperor. And the advice of the Emperor card is to just take control of the situation. So, take control of your assessment process. If your choice is to move forward powerfully with whatever parts of your intention you intend to move forward, take control of that forward motion. If you've chosen to release all or part of it for now, then take control of releasing it. Okay, Gemini, so the energy of the disseminating moon around the 5th of March is a receptive energy, and what we need to be there is receiving with gratitude. So if our intention is coming to fruition, then we receive that progress with gratitude. And if our life is taking a different form, we receive that with gratitude as well, having trusted in divine timing. We begin to fill up with gratitude again as we head toward the next new moon, because it really does nourish us to do so and prepare us to have another fresh crack at it, So the energy that supports you in the disseminating moon is the Hanged Man. So that's just basically the advice there, is really just to chill out, receive with gratitude. You notice in between the active phases of the moon, we want to be always returning to a state of like peace, relaxation, trust, gratitude, receiving, calmness. Don't worry about anything. Just chill out. The energy of the third quarter moon is an active energy, and in that energy, after we've set our intention, we've absorbed it, we've taken action, we've trusted, we've assessed, and we've made a determination regarding what it is we're grateful for, whatever it is. Now we want to give back. We want to give back with an abundant heart. And this ultimately really fills us up again. It continues that process of filling us up. And the energy that supports you, Gemini, in that phase is the Four of Pentacles. Now, if this is an advice card, then the advice would be to hold on. So you may be challenged to hold on to your feeling of abundance or your mindset or something like that while giving back. But ultimately, really all you want to be doing is making some kind of a contribution. It doesn't have to be some big financial contribution. It can just be like holding the door for people or smiling at, strangers, like kind of making someone's day, that kind of thing. It's just about whereas this is just an energy of giving something to, it's these four main energies, the new moon, the first quarter moon, the full moon, and the third quarter moon, about putting something out there. So you want to be putting something out there that contributes. It doesn't have to be like a lot of resources. It's just really more a way of being, a way of thinking as you do this. You go through your day kind of with this intention to give back. Now the balsamic moon, the third quarter moon is on March 9th. The balsamic moon will be around the 13th or 14th of March. It's halfway between the third quarter moon and the next new moon, which is March 17th. And during the balsamic moon, you want to reflect, reflect on the last cycle, learn from it, reflect with thanks. And ultimately, we use that information that we gather while we're reflecting to prepare to set our intentions in the coming new moon. So the card that supports you, Gemini, during the balsamic moon is the Queen of Rods. So while you're reflecting, Gemini, while you're preparing for the next new moon, and while you're reflecting on the previous cycle you've just come through, you're going to want to nurture your own creative fire. So, do things you love, read things you love, If you sing or draw or paint or dance, do that, engage in that during this reflective time. This is about refueling. So, nurture your own creative fire with this Queen of Rods energy as a way of refueling in preparation for your next new moon. So I hope you enjoyed this, Gemini, and I hope that that if you engage in creating using the phases of the moon, that this gave you some guidance for doing so. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I look forward to reading for you again.